Okay, people of YouTube, here's the final product. The bumper's finally in. All the lights are in. Give you a little bit of some close-ups down here. We got KC lights in the bigger holes. We got 4-inch on the other side. These little 4-inch lights here, these things are really awesome. They throw a big wide beam. KC lights throw a narrow beam, which is pretty awesome. But there you have it. One Buckstop bumper completely installed. So our front end is well protected. Not sure you're going to be able to see this, but I installed a light bar behind the grill, which really does throw a lot of light. I'll try and go into it, but I'm not sure that'll even show up. But we'll see when we start production. But there's a light bar in there, and that really throws a lot of light. Now the light bar you're not going to use when driving, but you will use the light bar when I'm setting up camping equipment or whatever. Just turn that on, light up the whole area. Same thing with the 4-inch lights. Now the KC lights you can use for driving. If you point them low enough and point them to the right, you can literally use those for driving. So no issues with that at all. So the whole front end of the truck is protected, and those little 4-inch lights came with 4 lights in total. So I thought, well, let's kind of put them on the back, and that's what we did with it. We put them right on the back, so we can light up the whole back if we're setting up a campsite. I mean, if somebody comes up on you with high beams on, I imagine you could flash them if you wanted to. I don't think that's quite legal though. But there we have it. One completed bumper. Most mechanics, I don't know what they charge in your area, but my guys were charging, it was $50 an hour. And I really had a nice guy that installed mine. I think when I was all done and said, I was like $325 or $350 or something like that to wire it, install the lights, switches, the whole works. So I really got a nice guy that helped me out. Normally I think it would cost you a lot more because we were on this quite a while. Let me show you the inside where the switches are. And here we go with the dash. And as you can see over here, I had 2 switches put over here. These run the 2 round lights in the front on the bumper. And then over here, these 2 run the light bar that's behind the grill and the light that's on the back. So not a bad job. Looks pretty good if you ask me. And what he did was he went through the dash. The dash just pops off with a screwdriver underneath here. It just popped off. If anybody has the same truck and wants to know that. And then we just had to pop it off a little bit. She was still snapped on the top while we did it. And then the wires went through, and you didn't have to drill any holes into the firewall because there was already lots of room to run the wires. So there you go. Buckstop bumper fully installed and set up. And at the end of this, I'll have a bunch of pictures for you guys. Whoever's thinking about buying a Buckstop, go buy one. It's worth every dollar. Catch you guys later. And here's some still photos for you guys. You can get the links to these lights and everything needed that I used to install the Buckstop bunker in the bottom of the description if you want. I bought everything off Amazon. I ran short on wire. I actually ended up using, I don't know, about 6 or maybe 7 rolls of wire. So you can never have too much wire. We even broke 1 switch, so it might come in handy to pick up an extra switch just in case. And other than that, everything went really, really smooth. And as you can see from the photos, it really makes the truck stand out. I mean, it just makes it pop. But this is more than a decorative bumper. It's not a decoration bumper. I mean, you literally can hit deer doing 50 miles an hour and you're not going to hurt your vehicle. I've seen other videos where guys were doing 70 miles an hour and he hit a deer. The video quality wasn't that clear, but I must have watched it like 10 times, and that's what kind of sold me on this bumper. And I couldn't believe how much it protected his vehicle. So if you're looking at protecting your front end, if you're looking at keeping your family safe, then Buckstop is definitely the way to go when it comes to all bumpers out there. They are higher priced. I think what I ended up paying when I was finally done with this, because I have the 4 holes in the front for the 4 lights, I think it was around $2,300. You can get you can get a little bit savings if you only want the 1 hole, but I wanted 4. So my 4-inch lights, when they're turned on, they actually spread wide, and my KC lights actually put a high beam to them when they're going forward, and I've got them tilted to the right and down, so I can actually drive with those on. My 4 inches I can't. They're just for turning on. My light bar, same thing. That's just for turning on when I'm in my camping spot or I'm out in the wilderness, so I can really light up an area and work where I have to work. And that's why I like those. Now those 4-inch round ones that throw the wide beam, they were really cheap. I mean, really cheap. I couldn't believe it. I don't know, like 30, 40 bucks. I mean, I'll have the link at the bottom to Amazon. But they were amazing. And they're all steel housing. I mean, I can't rave how much they were awesome. When we installed the KC lights, we had a little bit of an issue installing them. It actually took us a good hour to get that going and figure out the wiring. It was a bad fuse in the end. We thought it was the relay. We kept going back and forth. We ordered another relay and tested it. Thank God we could take it back and get our money back. But that was the route we went. But it was a fuse. And when we looked at the fuse, it didn't look burnt out. We literally had to pluck the fuse and put it back in. Here you'll see the 2 lights on my back rack up top high. I need to tilt those down just a little bit. But they really throw a lot of light. So behind my truck and in front of my truck, all kinds of light. Anyhow, that's the setup. Catch you guys later.